Garrett J. White, the authentic entrepreneur, coming at you real, coming at you raw, coming at you relevant. Love you. And this, my friends, is the Daily Download. So, to bring out our handy-dandy flip chart, we're going to do the same thing, but today I'm going to do it a little tricky. I'm going to do the behind-the-back clap. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ah, man, I'm starting to feel like those tennis players that can, like, whack the ball between their legs, like they're running away and go between their legs. I can do the back clap now. Can you do the back clap? I didn't think so. Here's the deal. We're talking about principle number 5 today, purpose directs energy. I'm going to use this as an example of my marriage, right? So relationships are a big deal. When we look at life in general, everything that we experience day to day about ourselves is being experienced through the lives of other people around us. And typically the person who we get to experience the most of that with is a person we've chosen to be our partner. Right? Now, I chose my wife, Danielle Wathen White, to be my wife. Right? And in that space, she chose me to be her husband. But in that space, I'm going to compare my first marriage and my second marriage. So my first marriage that I was married, my purpose, which directed my energy, my purpose in marriage was sex. Now that seems a little interesting, right? A little odd. I'm just telling you how it is. Real, raw, and relevant. Garrett J. White. Here's what the reality deal. I was raised in a Christian household in which the idea of having sex before you got married was something that was like taboo. I was told that my man part would fall off and that I would go to hell if that happened. So in order to retain my man part and not go to hell, I didn't do that. So here I am the night before I get married. And my ex-wife comes up to me, takes the ring off, hands me the ring and says what? I don't know if I love you enough to marry you, but you decide. Now, being a really smart guy that I am, and all my friends flying in to come to the wedding, I thought, well, geez, this isn't a problem. Things will just work themselves out. Besides, tomorrow night I'm going to have sex. So I ended up getting married, right? Well, the sex was not even what I thought it was going to be, not even close to what it's like in the movies, and the whole thing was over in less than 35 seconds. But nonetheless, things in that space, as I started to experience this, what I experienced in my first marriage was my purpose was dictating my energy. When sex wasn't what I thought it was, and my wife and I at the time looked at each other, we both realized, holy freaking nightmare. Why did we get married? Our purpose in both sides, though mine was sex, I'm not sure what hers was, when we got married, our energy was being directed a certain way. And when that aspect of why I got married didn't work out, guess what happened to all the weaknesses in me and in her? They became blatant exposed. And each one of us looked at each other with this anger and this frustration for 18 months, and the birth of my son, and 6 separations, we finally ended up divorced. But that point of my first marriage, I learned some things about my focus of my energy. When I focus on the physical plane, and my purpose is the physical plane, then the energy I bring is different. It's carnal. It's natural side of my physical ego self. When I come with a purpose, it's in the mental plane. My thoughts come and they inspire differently, and the energy that I push is differently. And when I come from the spiritual plane, it drives a very different energy. In my marriage to Danielle now, one of the things that we changed up in the way we dated when we first got married was that I understood already that sex was just not the game. And I also came to experience a game that I wanted to know someone based on their mind and based on their spirit. And so my relationship with my wife has been driven by a different purpose. My purpose is to unify myself with her spiritually. And in that space, what I've noticed is the benefits of the mental side and the physical side tend to come along with that. Now, God bless my ex-wife, Christy, and myself for being willing to come into each other's lives and to completely jack each other up so that we could learn a few things about our lives. So when it comes to your life, when it comes to the purpose and the way you think, when it comes to the relationships that you're in, how are you dictating your purpose? And if you're a guy watching this and you are caught up in the first game I was in, shame on you! Nah, just kidding. We don't believe in shame here. But the one thing I would say is, think about what's going down. And for the ladies out there, think about the game for you also. Chime in down below. Give us your comments. Give us your thoughts. And understand that your energy is your energy. And your purpose drives where that energy goes. My name is Garrett J. White, and this has been The Daily Download.